Hi guys. Wow, I'm really close to the camera. Hang on. That's better. So it is week 7. I've just done session 2 today. I went into it with a feeling of defeat after my last video. Like my attitude is just, I don't care anymore. And I think to a certain extent that's probably a good thing, because it's like I just don't care anymore, but it's not like I'm not going. And that's kind of, I just went in there, I was just like, fuck it, I'll just do it, and it's probably not going to get me anywhere anyway. So I went in with a shitty attitude, but it actually wound up being a really good session. So it was with Roisin tonight, and I noticed this with Roisin last time, but I appreciated it this time, was how organised she was. So again, she was not taking prisoners tonight. It was just like on to the next one. But I think being organised in the routine lends itself to not fluffing about. So she set up the 3 strength exercises, she set up the 3 cardios in between, and then as soon as I finished one exercise, there was no needing to set up the next one. So there was no waiting in between, and ergo there was no excuse for me to relax. And being organized really helped me, because I know what's coming, and I know how it's coming. Today with food was probably the first day that I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna eat what I want. And I had like a fry up breakfast. None of those foods are really like bad for you. I mean, it's not a whole block of chocolate, but I was trying to steer clear of those kinds of foods entirely, and that's not really necessary. Like, I would normally prefer those kinds of foods on weekends, because they like take a little bit longer to cook, and I enjoy cooking them, so I like to take my time with it, and enjoy like a weekend breakfast kind of thing. Like, it's my thing. So I guess I don't need to feel so guilty about that. That's good news. The guys said, they're like, you know, as long as you're not having it every day, then like it's not gonna clog up your arteries or anything. Having it every day would be a problem. So yeah, good news. Also, Chopped is a fast food salad shop or restaurant. So I just recently remembered that that's good food, or recently remembered that that's more of an available option. So I've had it a couple of times during the program, but today I forgot my lunch at work. I was like, shit, what am I going to do? I don't know what to choose, because I don't know what's in anything. Like, how am I going to swing this? But one of my colleagues was like, well, why don't you go and get Chopped? Like, that's healthy. So I did, and it was delicious. It was so good. I mean, the dressing probably isn't that healthy, because I got the Dubliner Caesar salad. The dressing's probably not that great, but like, considering I avoid so many cheeky foods, I think that's okay. You know, I don't even let myself have that bit of chocolate that's going around the office anymore. So. And I haven't from day one. The things that I'm wanting to eat are different to what they were. So I suppose that's like a habit change, which can only work in my favor, and it kind of tells me that I can start relaxing now, because like I'm not likely to go back to eating a whole block of chocolate to myself. After my last video as well, Niall asked me to come in on Monday coming. So obviously it's Thursday now. So on Monday we're going to sit down. I'm a bit nervous about it, to be honest. But we're going to sit down and go through my food, and I guess go through training and stuff, like just put all those cards on the table and figure out what's not quite right. I can't say enough how much it means that he's reached out like that. Maybe he just needs to get a bit of a temperature gauge, kind of like Ken did early on in the piece, a bit of a temperature gauge to see what the actual problem is, and where maybe between Roisin, Lee and I, maybe we've missed something. So hopefully he'll be able to bring a different perspective and get me back in the game. Speaking of back in the game, something crazy happened this evening. So after the session, got on the scales. Lee does the weigh-in before the session. Let's not do that anymore, Lee. Let's do the weigh-in after the session, because I don't want to weigh myself, feel shit about what I see, and then go into a session. Let's do that after. So, hot tip. So I got on the scales at the end of the session, and oh my god, I'm down to 110.8. Like, okay, on Tuesday I was at 112.8. Today I'm at 110.8. That's 2 kilos in 2 days. What the fuck? In 2 days, like, where did that come from? That doesn't make any sense. Roisin suggested that it might be hormonal. That's a good idea. Yeah, I could imagine. I've had hormone problems in the past, so that stands to reason. She suggested this like alternative medicine stuff, but I just don't feel like I'm educated enough to delve into that. And to be honest, I'm not really prepared to do the research on it, because I guess I don't know my body as well as I thought I did. Or maybe it's changing, I'm not sure. And my digestion still isn't fab. Like, I think losing the protein bars has helped. The fiber, like, I've got enough fiber. I eat plenty of fruit, like, I don't know. But to go from 112 to 110, like 113 to 111, I suppose, rounding up, to lose 2 kilos in 2 days, I just don't know what that could be attributed to. Maybe Niall will have an explanation for that for me on Monday. And maybe things will start coming down rapidly. I don't know. To be honest, I'm not getting my hopes up. Not getting my hopes up, because if it doesn't happen, I'm just going to be pissed. When I go to Australia, I'm going to have a week of, like, not really doing any hardcore exercise. Like, I'll probably still do walks and things, like take the dog out for a walk, that kind of thing. But when I go to Bali, I'm doing a full week of boot camp. So maybe there is the potential to get to 100. Like, where was this attitude 2 days ago? It was stuck in that 2 kilos, I think. Where did that come from? That doesn't make any sense. It's good, but, like, how do I replicate something in order to continue it if I don't know what I did? Who do I think I am? Like, how do I repeat that? I guess we'll see where I'm at when I get to Australia and Bali. A week of rest, a week of hardcore, 3 days of rest, and then fly home back to it. I'll have that week off as well, off the gym entirely, and come back into one last week of the program. So, yeah. Anyway, I am off to the shower and to bed, or to snack, to shower, to bed, and yeah, that's about me done. Catch you on the flip side.